The heart of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is Rocket's trauma, his relationship with his captor, the High Evolutionary, and with his cellmates. The High Evolutionary is a mad scientist, obsessed with creating a perfect society through the genetic manipulation of animals. While doing some tests with Rocket, he tells him about a technical issue with his next experiment, and to his surprise, he's able to fix it. The High Evolutionary then becomes obsessed with Rocket. He is captivated by Rocket's creativity, a trait that none of his other test subjects share.
In hundreds of years of our creations, only one has known true invention.
But he is also furious with Rocket, insulted by the idea that one of his creations could find fulfillment and worth outside of his plans for them. In Schaeffer's Productions video on Guardians 3, he speculates that the High Evolutionary's storyline is a metaphor for capitalism, and more specifically, James Gunn's experience with the entertainment industry.
The fact that Rocket is what guides him to success, and without Rocket, he can't replicate that same success anymore, so he needs him back.
Corporations like Disney and Warner Brothers are at once reliant upon and resentful of the artists they hire, constantly trying to screw them over or even automate them. At around the midpoint of the movie, Rocket and his fellow experiments decide to choose names for themselves, as they were only given serial numbers at birth. The walrus chooses Teeths because he has big teeth, the rabbit chooses Floor because she's on the floor, Rocket chooses his name because he wants to build rockets, and the otter chooses Lylla. Of all the cellmates, Lylla is the only one who doesn't just choose a word for her name. She invents her own name. After Rocket finds out just how horrible the High Evolutionary is, he attempts to escape with Floor, Teeths, and Lylla, but in the process, all his friends are unceremoniously killed. Now, arguably, the main theme of the movie is that these creatures have value outside of their creator. They have worth as living creatures, regardless of the metrics they are arbitrarily judged by. It doesn't matter if they're ugly or stupid, if they're violent, uncreative, or otherwise imperfect, they deserve to live. But I find it really interesting that Lylla met the same standards as Rocket. She was capable of invention, and she was still discarded so easily. We're never shown why the High Evolutionary spends time with Rocket in particular, why Rocket gets the opportunity to prove himself as a creator, and Lylla doesn't. But to me, it seems very random. There is no reason. If you make it as a successful artist working for a massive entertainment corporation, you can expect to be consistently mistreated by those above you, to have your projects taken from you, to have your creative vision and authorial intent surgically removed from the franchises that you gave life to. But perhaps even sadder is that the vast majority of artists, despite their comparable talent, will never even get that opportunity. Most aren't in the right place to be discovered, or their skills just aren't needed in their time. Volume 3 isn't my favorite of the trilogy, but the Guardians movies are my favorite in all of Marvel, due in large part to their well-realized characters and themes. I love that a detail as simple as a name can add so much depth to the story, able to imply everything from ingenuity to pride to acceptance. I don't have an outro.
So that's it?